A very warm welcome to all of you. I really hope you all are doing fine, keeping yourself safe at your homes and studying. So today we shall discuss our first poem from the textbook Honeydew, An Ant and the Cricket. An Ant and the Cricket is a fable taken from Aesop's fable. A fable is a story often with animals as characters. For example, stories from Champak, Panchatantra, maybe your Doraemon or Chota Bheem, because they always have animals which are given or personified. Personified is a literary device which means that the animals are given human characteristics. Okay, they can speak, they can talk, they can walk, they can do every activity just like we humans do, and these stories, they always have a moral in the end. Similarly, this poem also has a moral which we will later find out. This poem is about two characters, an ant and the cricket. Okay, so this the poet of the poem also talks about two-legged and four-legged, which we will discuss in the end of the poem. Now let us begin with the poem. A silly young cricket accustomed to sing through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring. The poem begins with the animal or the character cricket, which you can say is just like a grasshopper. He is given the characteristic as if he is a silly one. Why? Because throughout the happy months of summer and spring, he has wasted these months just by singing. Throughout these months, he has done nothing else but just kept on singing. He is so much habitual of singing, he is accustomed to it. Began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. He had started complaining when he started realizing that winter season is about to come. He has wasted all of his happy seasons of summer and spring, and now he's wondering, he's bothering, he's worried that winter season is about to come, and he has nothing, he has kept nothing in store for himself. No food, not even a single piece of bread, not even a single crumb. That's why he's getting worried now. Whenever he goes home, he realizes that all of his cupboards are empty and winter was coming, and therefore he won't even found a single crumb or a single piece either on the ground or in his cupboard. Not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground. Not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. He further says that, because the whole ground would be covered in snow, therefore he won't find even a single piece of bread or a single leaf on a tree or a single flower for that matter. So now he is worried that what will he eat? If he won't find anything, what will he eat? Oh, what will become, says the cricket, of me? As I have told you earlier, now the cricket is wondering, he is worried that what will happen to him as he won't find anything to eat. At last, by starvation and famine, made bold. Starvation is extreme stage of hunger. There this is hungry, and then when you can't survive, when you are damn hungry, is that stage of starvation. And famine made bold. Famine made bold because now, since it is his last stage of hunger, he has decided, he has taken the bold decision that he will have to do something. If he won't take any action, if he won't do anything, then he'll die of starvation or die of hunger. All dripping with wet and all trembling with cold. He's dripping with wet because he has been doing a lot of hard work searching for the food, and all trembling with cold. Dripping with wet can be of two meanings. First, because he has been doing hard work as he has been searching for the food throughout these land which are covered with snow. and the second dripping with wet. Since it is snowfall, therefore he is completely wet because of the snowfall, and all trembling with cold. Trembling is shivering. Since it is very cold, since the snowfall is happening, he is feeling very cold, and therefore he is shivering. Away he set off to a miserly ant. He is calling the ant miserly. Why? We'll get to know. To see if to keep him alive he would grant. He was wondering, if the ant will help him or not, in order to keep him alive. Okay, so he has decided that, I will have to ask for food, or I will have to ask for some help from that ant. Him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow, he would repay it tomorrow. Since the intention of the cricket is that he only wishes to borrow it only for today, so that he won't die because of starvation or because of hunger. He promises himself, or he promises the ant, that he will definitely repay it tomorrow. Okay, and what he is asking is a shelter from rain, as we have already discussed it, that is, he's dripping with wet, he's dripping very wet, he's getting very wet since it is snowfall. Okay, and a mouthful of grain, a few pieces of bread or a few pieces of grain, so that he will survive today and he will repay whatever he has taken from the ant. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. In case the ant doesn't help him, he will definitely die due to starvation. Now getting on to the second part of the poem, whether the ant helps the cricket or not. Says the ant to the cricket, I am your servant and friend. The ant very genuinely replies the cricket that, I am your friend and your servant. But we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. And he says that we ants are the species who believe in hard work. We neither borrow nor lend from anyone. Okay. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by when the weather was warm? Quoth the cricket. Quoth means quoted, which further means said. The poet has written it Quoth just in order to make the poem beautiful, so that it sounds beautiful. So the ant here says, tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by? She is asking very politely from the cricket that did you save nothing? Did you store nothing at all for the winters? Not I, says the cricket, that of course he did not save. Why? Because he was busy singing the summers. My heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay. He says, since the weather, since the whole nature was so beautiful, he got attracted towards it, and throughout the summers, throughout the springs, he wasted them just by enjoying, just by singing. Okay. You sang, sir, you say. Go then, says the ant, and dance the winter away. Here the ant is sarcastic means taunting. Taunt means making a fun of. So the ant is sarcastically or taunting the cricket that throughout these summers, throughout these spring, you have been singing. Now you better go and dance the winter away, which means she has refused to help the cricket and asking him to move away from her house and survive on his own. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket. Wicket is his feathers, okay, those golden, those shimmery feathers or wings that the cricket has is the wicket. He hastily, very sorrowfully, he picked up his wickets, he picked up his wings, since he has got no other option now, and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. And now he is moving out of the door and he has decided to go. Now this is the moral of the poem, so pay attention. Folks call this a fable. I will warrant it true. Some crickets have four legs and some have two. Folks is people, okay? People say this is a fable, this is a story, I will want it true. But the poet says that, listen to me, I guarantee it, I warranty it that this is true, this is not a fable. Why? Some crickets have four legs and some have two. He guarantees it to be true enough because he says that, you know, when we human beings have two legs, but if we do not do any hard work, then we will be nothing but equal to animals who have two legs. Okay, and if these animals, for example, like creatures like ants, if they'll work hard, then they are also compared to us humans who have. Okay. So there are a few morals of the story which we'll discuss, and I want you to write down those points. First point is plan your work and work your plan, which means that you need to have a significant plan in order to work really hard, and you really need to jot down the points. You really need to reconsider your thoughts, your future things that you wish to achieve. Plan and prepare for future. You really need to be prepared for your future. You never know what your future holds. Hard work always pays and carelessness always leads to suffering. This is the same case with that of the cricket, that the ant throughout the happy days of summer, she could have rested, she could have sang those songs, but instead of that she chose to work hard. Neither a borrower nor a lender be. These lines are taken from Shakespeare's play Hamlet. I'll give you the notes, but just listen. Do not lend or borrow money from a friend, because if you do so, you lose both your friend and your money. We should enjoy happy moments but should not ignore our future planning as well. Since careful planning is essential for everyone and it ensures a secure future, we really need to do our things very pre-planned. Each and every step should be very carefully taken, and you should enjoy the present but also consider about your future. Okay, that's it for today. I really hope you have understood the poem and the moral of the story. Further, I have provided a video after this explanation. So please just go through the video, and I really hope you enjoy it. Thank you. A fable is a story, often with animals as characters, that conveys a moral. Basically, you can say the stories which are given in Champak or Panchtantra or maybe your Doraemon or Chota Bheem, because they always have a moral. So this poem is about an ant and a cricket, which contains an idea, or we can say a moral, of a very significant value. As it is also given that this is a story about two-legged versus four-legged, which we will discuss later on. So, now beginning with the poem. Once there was a lazy grasshopper who laughed at a little ant, as she was always busy gathering food. The little cricket, he used to sing throughout the summer days, throughout the spring, and he was accustomed to it. He was habitual of it. Whereas if we talk about the ant, she was a very hard-working one, and throughout the summer days, throughout the happy, merry days, she used to store and collect food for the worst days or for the winters that were about to come. Why are you working so hard? Asked the grasshopper. Come into the sunshine and listen to my merry notes. But the ant went on with her work. As she was continuously collecting and storing food, she said, I am storing food for the winter. Sunny days won't last forever. Winter is so far away yet, exclaimed the grasshopper. He laughed the grasshopper back. And when the winter came, and he went on to his home, opened all the cupboards, and found not even a single piece of bread, not even a single crumb to eat. The whole ground was covered with snow. He couldn't even see a single flower or not even a single leaf on the tree. And now he was worried what will happen to him. At last, due to starvation and famine, as he was dying of hunger, and he was completely drenched, wet. Wet because he was tired of walking and searching for food. Also, he was trembling, means he was shivering with cold as it was snowflakes everywhere. Now, he finally decided to go to the ant and ask for some help for some food. The ant settled down in a snug house. She had plenty of food stored to last the whole winter. The grasshopper had nothing to eat. So he went to the ant asking for a little corn. He also promised her that he will return it tomorrow. He would repay it tomorrow, as today he must not die because of starvation. Whereas the ant replied, no, because she said that I am your friend, not a servant. Also, the ant exclaimed that we are neither borrowers nor lenders. And when she asked the cricket that didn't you store a little piece of crumb or a little piece of bread, did you store nothing at all? To which the cricket replies that no, I didn't. And then the ant says, you laughed at me throughout the summer when I was doing the hard work. So she says that, you better dance away the winter. So idleness is a cure. Also, the moral lessons that we get from this poem is we should neither nor borrow money or food from a friend, as we'll ultimately lose both of them. The other morals that we get from this poem are we should enjoy happy moments of the present. We should live in the present, but never ever should we ignore our future. And we should also plan or also do some future planning. Careful planning is essential for everyone and it ensures a secure future.